That is what I am talking about. Bills Mafia. The Buffalo Bills have just defeated the Cincinnati Bengals and have improved to 9-4. Admittedly, guys, it is Saturday. It is exactly 24 hours before the Buffalo Bills face off against Cincinnati. However, as many of you know, I am out of town. Okay, so I filmed two videos, one of which where I sort of planned a path after a Buffalo Bills loss, and then this one, a Victory Monday or an instant reaction, whatever my boys over at venues that sort of handle my editing and my posting schedule decide. But damn, listen, I just want to be here and I want to celebrate with each and every single one of you. While I'm not going to be able to speak a lot about specifics from this game itself, I do feel like that we can take a moment to celebrate and then also plan a path forward. What are the playoffs going to look like for the Buffalo Bills? Because I got to tell you, it is very unlikely in my eyes that Buffalo is going to lose very many more games this year. So I'm very excited to unpack that with all of you. If you want all of my specifics of the game, I highly recommend you go follow me over on TikTok, Instagram, and or X. That is where I'm going to be giving you my instant reaction video, my key takeaways from what Buffalo did well enough to defeat the Cincinnati Bengals at home. But dude, listen, I got to tell you, I knew that we were going to win this game. I did. While I'm a big fan of Joe Burrow and while I'm a big fan of Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, when those three are out on the field, anything can happen. And they put up points. They do. But if Buffalo were to lose to the fourth worst defense in NFL history, and that's a fact, DVOA, fourth worst defense in NFL history, then I think that we would have had some pretty significant concerns. But regardless, here we are, we've won, and now it's on to the New England Patriots. And maybe, just maybe, a world where we could steal the division. I don't know. I haven't really accepted that we are going to win the division at any point, but it's still a possibility. It's not mathematically impossible at this point. So we are going to unpack everything, what the path forward looks like for this team. But first, we need to give a giant shout out to our good friends over at William Matar. Folks, if you are ever hurt in a car, you have to call William Matar, #1 car accident attorney in the state of New York. I would never wish a car accident on anybody, but say, for example, that you find yourself in that situation, memorize this phone number on the screen. Make sure you have the right guy in your corner to make sure that your rights are exercised, man. Shout out to William. We appreciate you being a partner over here. And come on, baby. Have to sign up for Sleeper. It's the #1 player prop platform on the market today. The best part about it is, guys, is that they are giving you $20 for just signing up. Maybe you're feeling great after this Buffalo Bills win, and you want to put a little bit of money down on the Kansas City Chiefs taking down the Houston Texans or vice versa. You could do that over on Sleeper. Simply pick 2 to 5 players of your choice. If, for example, all of them hit their projections more or less, you could walk away a massive winner, sometimes up to 1,000x your returns. On top of that, they are matching 100% of your first deposit, all the way up to $100, man. Shout out to Sleeper. We sincerely appreciate where you're going with this bad boy. Anyway, guys, like I said, 9-4, and the Buffalo Bills are back at the 5th seed. And granted, like I said, I did record this on Saturday. I have no idea what happened. I just ultimately ended up predicting using my gut of who were going to win their specific games. Now, 5th seed is likely where we are, and that, of course, is assuming that Pittsburgh bounces back and beats the Baltimore Ravens, right? Even if that Baltimore wins, the Buffalo Bills are still the 5th seed. Just want to double check and make a few adjustments to see if anything changes what would happen with this Bills placement here. Let me go ahead and see. We got Houston. Nope. Regardless, the Buffalo Bills are at the 5th seed. And then we need to transition over into the remaining schedule. Okay. What was nervous for me about this game against Cincinnati was that we had a clear disadvantage of going up against a team that has a rest advantage. But as we know, the Cincinnati Bengals ended up winning on Thanksgiving last week, and they had about 4 days rest on us. And Buffalo has not been very good. when it comes into a team that has more time to prepare and more time to ice up their ailments, etc. And hey, look, we got that off of our back on top of finally taking down Joe Burrow. So now we don't need to hear from the 7th-grade Bengals fans trolling us saying that he's our daddy and he owns us as they live and continuously live in 2021. But why I'm excited that we were able to get over that hump was talk about a test. We have the Patriots coming off of their damn bye, and Mike Vrabel has had God knows how long, okay, to prepare for this game. And you know that they want it, right? Like they want to reestablish their dominance of the AFC East. And granted, I don't know what happened today. For all I know, there could have been a couple of injuries that are making us very nervous right now. But I like the Bills in this game. I do. When I look at the Bills and the Patriots earlier this season in Buffalo, man, you were to take away one of those damn turnovers, I think we would be having an entire different conversation. If Buffalo's defense can get back into taking the football away, like creating turnovers, maybe a couple of special teams wins, I feel like this game is going to be different, man. I have not felt more confident about a divisional matchup than I have in quite some time. And next week's a must win. I'm not sure about you guys. I'm not really feeling very good about what this Bills team's chances are for winning the division. Because when you look at the Patriots schedule, sure, maybe Lamar Jackson can pull off some magic the following week against them. But how many of us are really down in our ways thinking that Miami or the New York Jets can take them down? Because that's, quite frankly, the only way that we could potentially win. It's basically we see the Patriots lose 3 of their next 4 games after the bye. So what happens? Followed by that, we ultimately end up going into Cleveland. Great defense, a Super Bowl defense, if you were to ask me, but a lot of question marks on the offensive side of the football. Who knows? I mean, maybe we even see Deshaun Watson like that game, right? He was recently just activated with his practice window, if you will, followed by the Eagles game. And so to be honest with you, man, I feel confident about this one, but losing this one really wouldn't hurt Buffalo. Of course, depending on what your goal is as a fan. If your goal as a fan is for the Buffalo Bills to be in the 6th seed or the 5th seed, I think this Eagles game is really meaningless. But, I mean, hell, if, for example, that you really want that division, this is a must win. And a lot is on the table because out of any team in the NFL, Sean McDermott and Josh Allen have beaten every team in this league at least once during their tenure, with the exception of the Philadelphia Eagles. And when you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, I'd say this team is in a very similar situation to Buffalo, losing games they probably shouldn't lose, but at the exact same time, having some gaffes on the offensive side of the football. So who knows where Philadelphia is going to be during this point? Are they in playoff mode, trying to get the highest seed possible? I don't know. A lot goes into it. And then last but not least, the final game in the Ralph, we have the New York Jets in the red helmets. I think Buffalo will actually have something to play for, like when it comes down into week 18. So a lot goes into this right now, folks. If you were to ask me, as we can see, the Buffalo Bills are currently 9-4. I just have a feeling that we lose one more. I would love a repeat of the greatest story ever told, something that I did 2 years ago when we stole the division from Miami, right? But I just have a feeling that what the record is going to be is 12-5. And I hope it's not the Patriots just for like bragging rights. Again, I've already accepted the fact that this team's path is going to be through the wild card. But again, I don't want to deal with the Pats fans. I don't want to deal with them like laughing. If we do, then I really hope we find them in the playoffs and sort of send them home. I feel like that would be a rite of passage, if you will. But again, say that it's the wild card, man, I am crossing my fingers that we either play the Jacksonville Jaguars or the Pittsburgh Steelers. I would absolutely love that matchup. And surprisingly enough, I would like the Colts matchup as well, especially since Daniel Jones has come back to earth a lot of very exciting things are happening right now at One Bills Drive and across the NFL. But great win from Buffalo today. Again, I can't really speak on the specifics. Maybe this was your average heart attack game. Maybe we saw a game-winning kick with 3 seconds left. Maybe Buffalo turned the football over 4 times and still won based off of some of the weirdest football we've ever seen. It doesn't matter. We are 9-4 and we have survived. This is a week-by-week league, folks, and all I need is consistency from this squad. Sound off in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on this, and like and follow from our daily Buffalo Bills content. Go Bills.